Hey everybody, I'm just chilling here in Muskego at the park. Got off of work back at 3 o'clock and I came back home, passed out, woke up, and I was like, what are you doing a Saturday night when you usually work at night? But no, this week you worked in the morning. So I'm just going for a walk. It's beautiful out. It's like sunny, even though the sun's... Whoa, calm it down there, Mr. Avian. Is this Twitter? I heard some bullfrogs making some quite loud sounds that had me quite concerned for my personal religious convictions. It's like, whew. Pardon me for intruding in your pond. No, I'm just walking around, turning my camera on because that's what bored people do. So, where was I? I said I wouldn't. I was done with like YouTube, but hey, I didn't say anything about Facebook. Facebook video. I haven't really mentioned anything about my health recently. For those who may be new to my page, wow, that sun is not ideal lighting. Who may be new to me, I was out for the count for like 2 years. After my job at Walmart, and then I got hired at Mob Pizza a year ago. Now I've been here for a little over a year now. As far as general health, it was like basically chronic fatigue, like adrenal fatigue. So I was like bedridden on and off for like most of the time. Body aches and the inability to focus, and I hated it. Couldn't do anything. Couldn't move. Tons of anxiety, like constantly. Like now, like most of that stuff's over. It's still like chronic fatigue is still a thing. I go through like ups and downs of it. And like right now, I'm kind of in the down of the fatigue. I mean, overall, I feel pretty good, but wow, 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 wow. I've been really trying. Okay, I can't. I'm so disturbed right now. Okay, yeah. Sorry, ADHD. Wow, I never noticed like how ridiculously loud nature is. I feel like I'm at work and the music's cranked. And I totally forgot what I was talking about. Oh, I'm down on the fatigue right now. I think about every day for the past about like 2 months. I haven't been able to go a whole day without taking a nap, like in the middle of the day. It's like I can't go like a full 8 hours of being awake. Like I just start conking out. Yeah. And it's between doing that and then sleeping at night and working both for my pizza place and for like the church functions and family functions. I don't have a lot of free time on my hands. But like right now I have some free time. I actually did have a family function today, but I worked through most of it, so it's a sad day. Yeah, my social life is kind of very non-existent because I just don't have the time. Well, my social life is like my work places, basically. Pizza place. I just hang out with whoever's around me. Just connect with whoever. I've turned into an extrovert apparently, according to some sources. I don't know. If people are there, I'll start talking to them because I got bored of being an introvert. I just needed to talk to somebody. It's fun. It adds a lot of great humor to life. Oh, I'm so discombobulated right now. I'm just blabbing because it's Saturday night. What else do you do? My head's itchy and I'm tired of scratching it. So I pat it, even though I don't do weaves. Wow, I'm really distracted right now. I hope y'all are having a wonderful Saturday. I'm gonna cut this video quits because I'm starting to ramble now. Because that's what ramblers do. They just talk about nothing. But I said pretty much what I wanted to say. Yeah, I'm walking. Life is just kind of monotonous right now. Everything over and over. Oh, I'm working on reading a church history book right now that's like 600 pages thick. It's probably one of like the biggest, well, I guess the Bible's technically the biggest book I've ever read, but other than that, it's the biggest book I've ever read, and it's like, whoa. It's really cool. It's called The Church History in Plain English. It's by a college professor. What was his name? Oh, I can't think of his name right now. I can probably post it in the title. But I think he's passed away since then. I think he was like in his 80s when he passed away. But like, wow, it's really good. It's right up my alley. He starts off the book with summarizing the Gospels, basically, like what Jesus did and everything. And then he just goes on from there, like what happened after Jesus died, how like the first century apostles did their thing, how they were martyred, and how much drama there was over like who Christ was. This was more like toward like the 4th century, which is kind of where I am right now, like as far as reading. I'm like about a quarter of the way through the book. Like how Diocletian, he was like a Roman emperor who killed many Christians for their faith. I have to read back into that. There's like, seriously, this book, it's like so long, yet like every single page is like dripping with like factoids, and it's hard to just memorize all these facts. It's a bug touched my pinky. The sun though. Yeah, after Diocletian died, Emperor Constantine, who's more of a well-known emperor, he came, or did his reign. Y'all are freaking me out. Like, everything is moving. He took over, he became converted. Apparently it was more for, like, political reasons, because he pushed Christianity upon the empire, and forced it to be, the official religion of the Roman Empire. So, like, you can't really force people to be, like, genuine Christians, so basically you have, like, this nation of hypocrites now, or half-converted pagans, as the author had put it. So there came this movement, the monastic movement, which is with like the monks and nuns, I guess, because it said there were some women among them. I haven't seen the word nuns, but I assume it's around that realm. How like it, like the life of seclusion. Whereas before, the ultimate Christian hero would be like a martyr, like someone who died for the faith. But at this point, the ultimate Christian hero in this era would be those in the monastic movement, would be the monks who secluded themselves because they weren't hiding themselves so much hiding themselves from like the secular environment, but they were more hiding themselves from worldliness in what has become like the church. Because if it's a corrupt church now, you got a bunch of half converts messing stuff up and like acting a fool. But at first it started off, it was just every man for himself. You had hermits, and they were very unusual. They had become eccentric. Some of them would eat only grass for like a handful of months. There was some monk who allegedly like erected a big pillar, and he lived on top of that pillar for like 30 years. But he had some people like bring food up to him in a basket. Like my first thought on that, it's like, how does he go to the bathroom? I don't understand. How can you do that? It's so weird. But then there came about this another movement. There's some other guy, I can't remember this name. There's a bunch of names thrown in my face. Can't memorize them all. But he created like the first monastery, which is where he created this community of monks. So you get the sociality, you get the social life. And people weren't so crazy. And I love how the author said, oh, this works better for like the females because they can't go long periods of time without talking, basically. But I don't know, that's what I'm reading about right now. It's really cool. I actually see myself a lot in, like, I see a monk out of myself. Oh, it was kind of funny because as I was reading this, without even thinking, I was like, oh, I feel kind of monkey. I do feel kind of like a Pentecostal monk, almost, because I don't know, I just do what I do. I love to study. Oh, there was some monk who, I think some historian described him, or like said his way of keeping up with the vows, because like the vows of the monks were, what were they? There was chastity, so that's like sexual purity, obedience, and poverty. And like, me, I'm poor. I don't really want to be rich because like I just don't want it to go to my head, you know. And like sexual purity, that's a thing, and yeah, obedience. It is what it is. I don't know. I just see a lot of myself, so I definitely see like the benefits of like the monk life. But at the same time, like I like being social. We need to reach people. I don't know. I'm kind of rambling right now, but that's pretty much where I am in the book. Oh, I cut myself off before. So, like, one historian described a monk saying his way of exercising what's that called? Sexual temptation is by disciplining himself to what's it called? Intense scholastic training, or like educational. So he dedicated himself to learning the Hebrew language. Oh, Jerome, that's who it was. It was like Saint Jerome. And he was the one who is responsible for creating the Latin Vulgate, which is the Latin version of the Bible, which is what became the official Bible version of the Roman Catholic Church for like many, many years. I think for centuries. I can't remember. I need to work on the history of that exactly. But I totally forgot my train of thought. As I'm walking by like a busy road right now, and I'm like intimidated because it's weird holding a phone up to your face. But I'm done because this is like over 13 minutes long. Oy. Y'all have a great night, and I will see most of y'all around, hopefully. Have a good night.